Evil can get in the most kindest man, righteous man on the face of the earth if you yield to it. Paul explained that good in the 6th chapter of Romans. He said, we are to whom we yield ourselves. Whoever we yield ourselves to, that's whose servant we become. Also, if you look at an animal, if you're a master and you teach that animal evil and aggression and how to be a guard dog, that's what he's going to be. And he'll begin to yield himself to that, to your teaching, to your programming him. And then he become pretty much what you want him to be. Well, man, the same way with propaganda, when people get to talking hate and racism, they talk about slavery was did because one race hated the other. That is not true. It was did for a meal ticket. It was did for finance. It was did for a lifestyle, to finance a glamorous life, a luxurious life, a wealthy life. And you had to oppress people to get it. You had to have more coming in than going out. And what more better to do that than to have free labor? But to get this free labor, the people that were trying to get it, the steward of the earth at that time, or the leader of the country, of that country, or that nation, they had to break your spirit, break your will, break who you was, in order to get you to do this free labor. And you felt like you were worthless and nobody to help you, and you yielded to that after a few years, a few centuries, and you yielded to that because you felt like it wasn't no hope. That's the same way man did with sin. The devil came in and broke your will by propaganda, by wickedness, and showed you were nobody, and took your spiritual self-esteem, and you yielded to all type of evil that is shameful to speak of even until now. But the devil came in and broke you in your mind and your spirit, and you yielded to wickedness. That's where we at now in the history of mankind. We done took on another level and another God. We done took the God of heaven and put him aside because he's a right, just, fair God, and he didn't force you and break your will by violence, by mistreatment, by degradation, but he came to you with love. Jesus broke our will up on that cross with love and kindness. The Bible said, by love and kindness have I drawn you. By my love, by my kindness. That what brought you to me. That what brought you to the dance. My love and my kindness. My righteousness towards you. My compassion towards you when you have forsaken me. When you have walked after other God and strange lover. It was my love and kindness that brought you back to me. He said the same way with a man and a woman. He walk away because he see a woman that he think compliment him better, love him more, will do anything for him, and he'll leave you. But because you got love and kindness, and you have compassion and love for this individual, after he goes through some trials and rough patches, after he come almost to destruction, or to the door of destruction, he'll see your love and your kindness. He said, I'm going back home to my wife because she was a good woman. And she loved me, not for the things I could do. Now I'm sick. This woman that I left home for don't love me no more. Well, the devil the same way. Once you lose your soul, the devil, he ain't got no more use for you because your soul lost and he got you. He done broke you. He done broke your will and he done made you a candidate for hell and he really not concerned about pleasing you. But at first, boy, they be so concerned about pleasing you because they trying to trap you. But God is a God of love and compassion. And mankind done seen this over the century, time after time, and they come back to the same thing. God told Israel, y'all done played the harlot, y'all done been prostitute on me, and you done sold yourself for nothing. You done gave yourself to strange men and strange appetites. But I'm sending my son that's going to give you a chance to redeem yourself. The same way as Amos did with his wife. I said Amos, but he said this man I'm talking about, he had a wife and she played the harlot on him. And as she played the harlot on him, he bought her back. And he went down and bought her from her lover. It's not Amos, I can't think his name right now. But as he bought him back, he gave her a chance. God said, this is the same way Israel is to me. They done went out and played the harlot. And I done gave them everything. And then Jesus came and died on the cross to buy us back. Jose. The prophet name was Jose. So God used Jose to show his love for Israel. God used mankind every day to show his love for mankind. No matter how much we done did, how far away we done got from God, how confused we done been with other religion. And our religion is something to capture your mind. It's like witchcraft to bewitch your mind and to draw you away from the true knowledge of God, the true wisdom and the true love of God. It is propaganda to get you confused in your head. Then the enemy can come in with smooth words. This generation would lack smooth words. They lack sugar on their word. That their word can be sugar coated. Don't tell it to me strong, because I can't believe God if you tell it to me strong. If you tell me the soul that sin gonna die, I can't believe that. Come to me another way and tell me it's okay. Uh, uh, God look over sin. He forgives sin. Sure he do. He forgives sin. But if you keep renewing your sin, if you keep advancing your sin, how can he forgive you? Because it's not in a finished state. You had not stopped it, but you continue in it. When Jesus healed folks, he say, go and sin no more. At least a worse thing will come upon you. You think you were sick. You think death was on you. You think the king had took over your kingdom. But if you sin after I done deliver you out of their hand, out of the hand of sickness and death, then a worse thing gonna come upon you. Mankind is a rebellious bunch. It ain't just the Jews, it ain't just the black, it ain't just the white, it ain't just the Arab, it's mankind. Every human that live and breathe is capable and have failed God. But God give us time, chance after chance, time after time. But somebody got to declare this gospel and not be scared to tell the truth. Not to be scared to stand up for what's right. We have politicians, they have an agenda. They want to be great. They want to rule the country, uh, rule their politics, and they become politicians. But they won't tell you the truth about anything just about. They arguing and bigger, Democrat, Republican, whoever else. But they doing the same, they have the same tactics. And I don't see how we buy it time after time. We can't buy nothing when God bring it to us and tell us the truth about the past. Tell us the truth about salvation. We struggle with that. Tell us the truth about creation, and we struggle with that. But these politicians can get on TV every election year and play act for us. Act like they family men. Act like they outstanding pillar in their community. And they the most corrupt, crooked, non-family people you can get. But they'll put that before us. And they'll sell it to us. And every election we eat it up. And they go back to Washington and do the same thing all over again. They get caught in crime. And what they'll do is they'll resign before it catch them up. And nothing ever be done about it. So we should by now be used to their tricks. I said all that to get to this. By now, we as mankind ought to be wise to the trick of the devil. The devil comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. The devil is selfish and only care about the things of himself. And he want to bring destruction to your soul and chaos and unrest in your home, in your society, in your civilization. By now, we all be caught on to that and be able to set a defense against it. Well, the only defense going to be set is the gospel of Jesus Christ. When we get in that word, get in that Bible, read that Bible, dedicate ourselves to him, become as he is, the thing that's important to him, let them become important to us. Let them become a life and death thing to us. And then we can change our society. Our society do not have to be hungry. We do not have to have hungry people in the world. Especially in America, you don't have to have people starving. People talk about, we talk about mankind. Well, let's talk about that for a minute. We got the old world across the water. England, France, Germany, Rome, Italy, Egypt, Paris, different other countries. These people have heard the gospel before. And we see atrocity happening to them. We see evil coming up on them. We see starvation. You go back and read the Bible, God tell you this what will happen to a people that forsake me and don't want to have nothing to do with me. This what will happen to a civilization or to a man, to mankind when they forsake me. And this country here been here about 400 years, a young country, don't know nothing. It's in the infancy. And the judgment of God gonna come here like it is everywhere else. You're gonna have walls here. Because that was a promise God said, when you kill by the sword, you're gonna be killed by it. When you make war and destroy man, man gonna destroy you. But you use propaganda when you do wrong to twist it and make everybody else is wrong but you. Whatever superpower it is, whoever in power at this time, whoever has the larger military and controlling the currency, the money, controlling the policy that is put in place in the earth. There's nothing new. This been before mankind ever since he been up on the earth. The Persian Empire, the Roman Empire, the Grecian Empire, the Egyptian Empire, all of them did the same thing, world domination. And they king ruled the whole world, all the territory around. Nebuchadnezzar, God showed him a dream about a great big tree, and the tree had all the birds in it, and people and animals were up under the tree where they could rest and cool off. And God cut the tree down. And that would let the king know, look, I ordained you and gave you the power to be this kind of tree, that you could rule in this earth. But I did not ordain evil and corruption. I wanted you to be a good king, a righteous king, a king with compassion, a king with love, and a king that will learn to seek me. Seeing that you won't do this, great king, I'm going to bring a curse upon you. And I'm going to take your mind from you. And I'm going to let you wander the earth. And people going to talk about you. They're going to mention your name. But they ain't going to honor you. They ain't going to worship you. They ain't going to sit at your feet anymore. Because you're going to be eating grass like a beast, like a mule. Like a wild ass. You're going to be eating grass. And one day he was eating grass like a wild ass. And the dew of heaven hit him on his head. And when the dew of heaven hit him on his head, he came to himself. And he realized there was a king and a God greater than him. Man had got so bad back in them days, they started calling themselves the great king, the king of kings, the Lord of the whole earth. But God had to let them see that it ain't but one power that rule the earth, rule the heaven, rule eternity. And it is him. It is the Lord Jehovah, the Lord of heaven. It is Christ that came and paid the sin debt. But we want confusion. When I say we, people that want to be wealthy and control the earth, control the wealth, control livelihood of man. They want to be in control. So what they do is they unloose ignorant in a province, in a city, in a town, in a nation. And they bring ignorance and confusion, and people can't see their way. So to speak, like they mudding up the fish pond. The little creek you fish in, you can kind of see the fishes. But what they do is take rocks and stones and they just stir in the water. It get muddy. And you can't see clear. That's what the enemy have always done to mankind. Come with evolution, come with unbelief, come with hate and racism, and he mud up the water. That the population on the earth cannot see clear, cannot understand what God is trying to get us to see because of hate and racism. Racism is not anything but a stumbling block in humanity. It's a stumbling block to keep you from unity. That you can't see who God is. That you can't see your place in this earth. It keep enough hatred going that you can't overlook the next man. And you set yourself up as his Lord. You set yourself up as his master. And you can't see clearly through the muddy water. But the word of the Lord then came to open your eyes and to open your understanding and to put a hunger in your heart